Before we start the episode today, I want to take a moment to remind everyone to keep going. Message me if you feel like giving up. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram. Just search Avidity Fitness and look for the green pulse logo. Also, you can email me at fitnessforeveryperson@gmail.com. If you need help right this second, please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. We are all in this thing together. We all have a purpose. Trust that. Welcome to the Avidity Fitness Podcast. Today is Saturday, May 16th, 2020. If you haven't yet followed me on social media, check me out on Facebook and Instagram. I'm real easy to find. Just look for the green pulse logo. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my videos that I have uploaded over there. I have a nice yoga video that you can follow along to, and I have a 5-minute guided meditation that is tremendous for starting your day or ending your day, really. Just it's a great daily routine for mindfulness. So go check that out. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think, what kind of videos you'd like to see in the future. Be on the lookout for my steak video that I got coming soon. I filmed a little bit of me cooking one of my famous steaks a couple weeks ago, so I'm gonna have that put together and uploaded soon, just so you guys can get an idea of the types of cuisine that I personally enjoy. And also, don't forget that I have stickers available for your laptops, for your hydro flasks, for whatever the window of your car. Just rep the brand if you like. Hit me up for a sticker. They're $3 a piece, so you can get 2 for $5. Message me on any of the social media sites and I will ship them to you. Also, I have pins for all you professionals out there. Get your handwriting right, because it's important. It's important to have a good pen on you, and you can rep the brand with the pins that I got. It's a beautiful green color. It says Avidity Fitness. I think it says Nutrition and Lifestyle underneath the Avidity Fitness brand. So rep the brand while you write your stories, do your work, whatever the case may be, do your homework, yada yada yada. Just get you a pen. They're great. I use mine for work, actually. I gave a bunch of my coworkers some, and then they love them. Grab a pen. And the nutritional guidance plan is fully ready to launch. So if you need some help with your nutrition, losing weight, building strength, meal prepping, getting your calories and macros in order, if you have questions, whatever, just let me know. I got a whole entire plan in place. It's a structured program that will take your pre-existing nutrition, and we'll dissect it, and we'll come up with what is optimal for you. So let me know if that's something you're interested in, and let's jump into the episode. So here we are, creeping up on summertime, and what a strange spring we've had. The last 2 to 2.5 months has been something like none of us has ever experienced before, and I think the quarantining affected us all a little bit differently. I sure hope you're not going crazy out there. I hope you're keeping it all together. I hope you're not overstressing. I hope you're still taking care of your health and your nutrition. And I sure hope you're not using this as an excuse to neglect your health and nutrition. I think if anything that this pandemic teaches us, it's that we need to focus on our health and nutrition a little bit more. Because I think collectively we all did a really good job and have been doing a good job with transitioning into the way normal has been, right? Because before, it was almost everything was in abundance. It's like we could do whatever we want, go wherever we want, get whatever we want. Everything was on hand, and there wasn't a lot of introspect on how we spend our time. And then we were forced to have nothing but time on our hands. And I saw a lot of people in the neighborhoods that I work in jogging. I've seen more people and more kids and more families outside on bicycles, walking dogs, and doing physical activities in the fresh air than I have ever before. So that's a good thing. And even on social media, I saw a lot more like mindfulness type posts, people encouraging each other to meditate or find a hobby to use their time. So I think us as a collective society has done a great job with understanding who we are when what we thought we were was taken away. But that's not the case for everybody. I'm sure there are some people that are struggling tremendously, like with their anxiety and their depression and their bipolar, their stress. I know there's a lot of people that stress eat. To me, it's not an excuse. You can't use that as an excuse, but I know that it's a thing. So going forward into whatever the new normal is going to be, whenever the pandemic is over and we have a vaccine. I know right now there's a few states that are opening up, and I think all states are starting to implement a plan, like a progressive plan with phases into opening up. They want to like go phase 1, just the essential businesses that are other than the main essential businesses that have been open, but like restaurants, they're opening up a little bit at like 25% capacity, things like that. And then phase 2 will be like entertainment venues and stuff. I don't know. I don't read the news. I don't know exactly how they're planning on doing that, and I think it's different in every state. But we're working on, the economy's working on going back to a bit of normalcy. So as we move into the future, I hope that we all take this situation and do what we've been doing. I hope the families that I've seen out on their bikes with their kids continue to go outside and ride bikes with their children. I hope that the people that have been encouraging others to look inside themselves and try to connect with their subconsciousness a little deeper, I hope that they continue to follow that path, because I think that this was a bit of a wake-up period for us all, and that's a good thing. We lived in a time where, like I said, everything was in such abundance, and then it was all kind of taken away from us, and we all had to look at things like it was a little more valuable. You look at your time more like it's more valuable. You look at your thoughts like they're more valuable. You look at your own energy as more valuable. Before I know I at least spent a lot of energy on certain things that didn't deserve my energy, and I'm sure some of you do the same thing. Spending energy on people that aren't helping you, or they're not encouraging you, spending your energy on television shows or video games that aren't progressing you towards your goals. Well, I hope now you value your time and energy more than you ever have before. And no matter what the new normal is going to be, let's say we have a vaccine, we find a vaccine that works sooner than we think, and society does go, like everything opens up and we can go wherever we want, we can stand next to each other like we used to be able to. I hope we don't take all of what we've been trying to learn for granted. Um, because it's important. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. And I think people have been valuing that a lot more than we were previously. So I truly, truly hope that that's what you've all been doing, because I know for 100% that's what I've been doing. Because the the changing of my routine messes with my anxiety. No matter what that change is, it heightens my anxiety. And just the fact that I didn't know what exactly this thing was, kind of had me freaking out. We've been stuck inside. I have a job and I've been working, so I'm still outside, but nothing's the same, and it messes with me a little bit. But I've been able to slow down and just focus on my daily routine. And that's, it's helped me tremendously, knowing, like, now that I've made it this far without having like a breakdown, or without really freaking out or losing my way. Like, I haven't fallen off my routine at all, you know? So now that I've made it this far and I've proven to myself that the whole entire world can change, but me internally, the thoughts that I have in my head, it stays the same. I'm very centered. I know what I need, which is a very simple list. And then I know the things that make me happy. And then I know a lot of the things that don't make me happy. And I've been able to focus on the things that make me happy and that small list of things that I need. And it's gotten me through. So that is what I would recommend for anybody that is struggling with mental health through this pandemic, is slow down, get the things that you need, your food, your community, however small it may be. If it's just one person that you're checking in on, check in on them. Take care of each other. And then your water and for me, it's mindfulness. I gotta slow down, and I gotta look at myself internally. Those are the things that I need. And then the things that make you happy, just focus on that and block out the other stuff, and it will carry you far through the pandemic and through life. I truly believe this. Now, with these gyms opening back up, I know there's going to be, I don't know how you guys feel. I feel like it's going to be 50-50 in society. Like, half of the gym goers are going to be rushing back into the gym, like they can't wait. And then half of the gym goers are going to wait and see, how this thing plays out when stuff opens back up. I'm an avid gym goer. I go on my lunch breaks, and I like to go on my free time on the weekends. But I'm not rushing back. I can't wait to finally start lifting weights again, but I'm not rushing back into it. I just want to see how it plays out, and how the first, like, more testing, how, like, the results that we get and what the experts and the virologists are saying about the actual virus. But not only should we, I feel that we should wait to see what the virus is doing still before we start crowding gyms again. But not only that, that's not the only type of patients that I wanted to talk about in this episode today. But your actual workout programming needs to be patient, especially if you're planning on lifting weights and you haven't had weights to lift throughout this pandemic. If you've been quarantined for the last 2 months and you have had minimal equipment to work with resistance, resistance bands and body weight exercises obviously have tremendous benefits, right? That's what I've been doing. But the fact is, body weight and resistance bands provides a minimal overload for your muscles. You know, you adapt quickly to your body weight and you adapt quickly to resistance bands because it's not gravity, it's not forced gravity that you're fighting against necessarily. Resistance bands, you're fighting the resistance that's inside the tension on that band, and your body weight, you're fighting the gravity of your body. But when you start loading up the movement system of the body and you start loading up the muscular system with weight overload, that you're placing a much larger stress on your nervous system and your muscle fibers as a whole, your tendons, your ligaments, the skeletal system, everything. You're placing much more stress on the body than you would be with body weight, calisthenics, or resistance bands. And that's just a fact. So don't get it twisted. If you've been doing hundreds of body weight squats, I'm sure your legs are rock hard, and I'm sure you've been able to get really sore and build up a lot of lactic acid in your legs, and you can get a phenomenal workout that way for sure. But when you start putting weight on your back, real weight, you're shocking your muscles completely. You know, it's been 2 months. It's been 2 months and your muscles haven't felt that type of stimulation in a long time. So I say all this to say, when you start easing back into weightlifting, you need to have a structured programming. It needs to start off with like balance type exercises to where you're just balancing the overload, and then you can, you know, you need to do like a week or two of that just so you can reconnect with, you know, the neuro system. You can reconnect the brain, the mind to muscle connection, get that back in sync. And then once you feel comfortable with that and you're ready to progress, then you can start going into like the strength and you know, more of an overload, the hypertrophy phase of your training. And then, you know, that's kind of when you're back into the swing of things, like when you were going to the gym every day and you're not as sore after your workouts, like you're not blasted the next day after you do a leg day. Then you can progress up to the heavy stuff again. You know, a lot of people that are gym warriors and stuff that are still kind of new to their fitness journey would be running back into that gym. I know I would when I was younger, when I was first getting into weightlifting. I would have been the first guy back in the squat rack, and I would have been trying to smash myself through the ground, and I would have regretted it. That is how you get injured. That is how you pull things out of whack. That is how you develop distortioned body movements and movement patterns. And you want to avoid all of that. You want to keep the kinetic chain in line, and you want everything moving properly so the force production that your muscles are creating is at its maximal efficiency. So I say all that to say, take it easy. When you get back in the gym, take it easy. Don't try to kill yourself, because you're going to regret it. You're going to get hurt. You're going to overstimulate things, and it's not going to be fun. You don't want to be battling back to get into the gym after we've waited this long, right? You know, we've waited 2 months, 2.5 months, and then you go in there and you break yourself up real bad, and then now you're stuck recovering for a week and a half just so you can walk correctly again. Because we all know how, you know, the lower extremities can get. You really get a nasty lower body day in after your muscles have been neglected of that type of overload, oh man, it's hard to even sit down. It's hard to bend over and pick your shoes up and tie your shoes, because your legs will be that sore. And you want to avoid that. You don't want to be that sore coming back into the gym. You want to look at it, look at it like it's a time to reset. It's a perfect time to hit the reset button and get back to the basics. Make sure your fundamentals are rock solid. Make sure your stabilization muscles are activated properly, and then build up from that foundation. It's a great time to act like you don't know anything again, right? Go back to being a beginner. I don't care how much you know. You might be a seasoned lifter, but if you are a seasoned lifter, then you know what I'm saying. You understand fully that you can't just jump back into what you've been doing. Like if your old PR on the bench press was 250, you're not lifting 250 coming back into this thing if you've had 2 months off. No, unless you're a genetic freak, but I wouldn't even risk it. Even if you are a genetic freak, even if you do have a great build even throughout neglecting your workouts, and you still look full and vascular and strong, I still wouldn't even risk it. Just look at this thing like it's a time to start over. Start with the fundamentals. Start with your base, the basic foundation. Make sure everything there is rock solid, and then start progressing and trying to hit some numbers or whatever your goal is. Maybe you don't care about how much you lift. You're just trying to lose weight with your weightlifting, and you can finally move like that again rather than just walk around all day. So whatever your goal is, don't worry about the numbers. Don't worry about what you're weighing. Don't worry about what you're pushing. Just get in there and get your fundamentals right. That's it. That's all you need to focus on. The fundamentals, get the mindset right, and then structure your progress. Structure your program so you know that you're hitting your goals, or at least getting close to them, without having to take time off to recover. That's the name of the game. We don't want to smash, and then have to take a week off of the gym or take it easy for the next week, right? So this week we go in and we just kill it, and then next week we're so sore everywhere, or so lethargic, like our energy levels are down because we're still recovering from how hard we went the week before. That's messing up your progress 100%. You want to every week be able to steadily do a little bit more than you did last week for a certain amount of time. You can't just forever do that. You can't forever progress, right? You can start with your stabilization for 2 weeks, make sure everything's rock solid, then move up and start progressing weight, right? For 3 weeks, you're moving up in weight, or you're running your mile a little bit faster than you, whatever the case may be. You're progressing your performance a little bit each week for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And then once that 4th or 5th week comes, after your progression weeks, then you want to deload. You want to bring it back down. You want to lower everything back down, maybe go back to your stabilization phases, maybe do your resistant bands that you hate so much because you've seen way too much of them through this quarantine, or your body weight exercises. But whatever it is, bring it back down. Give your body a chance to breathe again and recover, and then you can go back into a progressive phase again. Look, all I'm saying is that this pandemic's been crazy, but we're still sane. We're keeping it together. We're keeping the ship tight. We're watching our mindfulness. We're watching our nutrition, and we're moving our bodies. That's all we can do. We're humans, right? We got to live like we're humans. Love the people next to you. Whoever's been supporting you throughout this whole thing, make sure that you tell them that you appreciate them. Say thank you. I love you. I'm here for you. Believe it. We're here for each other. And that's it. Let's keep pushing forward. Keep your health and wellness in mind, and take it easy. If you're getting back into the weights, take it easy. You don't want to hurt yourself. That's not saying, don't work out hard. I'm just saying you don't need to be stacking weight on top of your body yet. It's not ready. It's not. Progress into this thing slowly and you will see results. I love you guys. Yeah, that's all I got. Stay safe with this reopening of everything as we ease into trying to get things back to normal. And remember everything that you've learned and taught yourself over these past 2 months. Don't forget it. It's important. That's it. I love you guys. Check out my social media pages, Facebook, Instagram. Check out my YouTube channel. That steak video is dropping soon. I know I've been teasing it. I'm not playing though. I love steak. I hope you guys like steak. It's grass fed, so it ain't that BS. You know what I'm saying? Love you guys.